if we're going to be the comeback state, we have to figure out how to help these communities get back on their feet. And I think doing something with the Community and Housing Development Fund is key for us to be a comeback state.
Without funding from the Michigan Housing Community Development Fund, there's no way that land would have purchased the building.
The funding helped us to get additional funding from local funders.
We're looking at about, was it $11 or $12 added from the private entities on top of the dollar we invest. That's pretty powerful when you start saying, if I get $1, I can make it 12 times more. Because we have fewer resources than we've ever had, that is a great way to do business for us as a state, and will prove to legislators in the future this is well worth it.
Set me free, and I will be afraid enough to find it. Take my hand, or take a stand, and I would never mind it. Just take me
The Housing Fund, I actually started it back when I was a House member during the Engler era, and I was able to get, I can't remember, it was a few $1 million basically back then. And that was the first time we had ever gotten any kind of housing fund dollars. The goal was improve housing in the state of Michigan, but do it as a team. It's intended to really help clean up a community that entices more people to stay there. So it could be anything from, park improvements, it could be housing improvements, fronts to downtown development. This sparks change in ways that may never happen. The Michigan Housing Community Development Fund has had a hard time getting dollars. And when I heard about the mortgage settlement, I had heard that there was going to be about $100 million. And I went straight to the governor's office and I said, we're looking at $100 million from mortgage settlement. This really is because families with mortgages had been hurt in a process. I don't know how it happened, I don't know all the details, but my argument is that this fund could help those exact families. That's what they've been doing for years. That's what many of our nonprofit housing groups have done. I went to the mortgage settlement negotiators and I said, I want 10% of it for the housing fund. They started at 10 million, and we got it. We ended up about 3.3 million, 3.4 million. So go get them, all the nonprofits out there, the CEDAM members, and all of the other folks out there, and you just show people that money has become 12 times what we gave.